Welcome to Our Seniors Radio, a nonprofit dedicated to honoring our seniors by providing relevant information on senior needs. From health, wellness, and lifestyle to residential, medical, and legal, just to name a few. Our seniors and their families are able to make educated decisions and live their best life. Find them online at OurSeniors.org as well. And yes, you can become one of our seniors. Welcome aboard.
Hey, welcome everyone to Our Seniors Radio. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Julian Cantillo. I'm your host, president and founder of OurSeniors.net and OurSeniors Radio, and also OurSeniors.org, okay? And we love your attention this morning because these are very, very sensitive topics that affect the seniors out there. And it's very important that we stay alert, okay? And it's all going to be about fraud and security and how to prevent these scams from taking place, okay? So if you're listening and you want to share after you hear it on the radio, please go to YouTube or go to OurSeniors.net. You'll see the entire audio and video of this presentation, and you can share with your friends. We're going to start a series, and we're going to have some very important guests joining us, and we're going to have different episodes. And one of the programs is Seniors versus Crime Project, okay? That is overseen by the Florida Attorney General, and it's a great program for seniors, and hopefully you don't become a victim of it, okay? So thank you again for joining us. And with us today, we are honored and privileged to have someone representing Volusia Sheriff's Office, okay? And we have with us Detective David Mcintosh. He's from the East Detective Unit. And thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. And he has a much better radio voice than I do, so I apologize in advance, okay? But we're here, and part of the reason we're here, we get calls all the time, and you see it all over the news. Seniors are constantly being targeted on scams, fraud. Be careful out there. Please, please, please. We're going to start off. I don't know if you folks were familiar or not, but there was a case that involved a gentleman who received an anonymous call, okay? And it was all over the news. You may have seen the actual interview with Sheriff Shitwood that took place, and they coordinated, and thank God that everything was coordinated with West Palm as well. But apparently he received a call that from these hackers that were calling in from West Palm, and they were calling all over the state and letting the individuals know that they found evidence that they were going to go ahead and press charges, and that the only way that this was going to be forbidden was if they sent cash in a box to a specific address, okay? And they said, you only have X amount of time before the deal gets cut off and we go forward and press charges. And it was coordinated very well. They were doing it all over the state of Florida, focusing on seniors. And this gentleman, sadly, prepared a box and put $40,000 in this shoebox, and it was shipped. And lucky for the gentleman and his son, the whole family, the package, when it arrived in West Palm, the criminals were caught as well. So, David, are you familiar a little bit with that case?
Yeah, we're familiar with that case, and unfortunately it's a pretty common scam. Luckily in that particular incident, the gentleman became wise to it. It was late; he had already sent the money, but it was in time that we could get ahead of that package and intercept it and recover, not only the funds but also identify some people involved in it. So when it comes to scams like that, time is of the essence. Unfortunately, once the mail goes out, we're on a clock. But a lot of these types of things, you're going to get a cold call. Somebody, I'm so-and-so representing whoever. Usually it's, your grandson's in jail, or you're the subject of an investigation. And, the only way out of this thing is you got to send money. They're always pressuring that it needs to be quick. And they're also, usually it's cash or Bitcoin or something like that. But it's always times that, you need to do it, act now. And they put the pressure on you, the victim, to get them these funds, because ultimately the idea is for them to get paid. So it is something that we are seeing more of. And like I said, in that particular incident, we were lucky to get involved in time to coordinate and intercept those packages. It doesn't always work that way, and we're kind of on the back foot trying to track this money down, and it's difficult.
Excellent. And for those of you listening, and I apologize, sometimes I joke about it, maybe it was a good thing it went Federal Express ground. They were a little slow, so it gave you guys time to get there. Time, yeah. It wasn't overnight shipping.
Right,
oh my.
Right.
With that said, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Attention seniors and their family members. OurSeniors.net is dedicated to meeting the needs of seniors in all ways. You may already know about the OurSeniors.net website and its high-quality printed magazine. Now, Our Seniors is on the radio. Tune in on Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock on WNDB 93.5 FM or 1150 AM. Each week, you'll hear a new program aimed specially at seniors. Don't miss it. Our Seniors Radio Show, Saturday mornings on WNDB.
Hey, welcome back to Our Seniors Radio. With us today, we are honored and privileged to have Detective David Mcintosh. But pertaining to if you feel like all of a sudden you get a call, it doesn't sound right, and they put pressure on you, in a typical case like this, what should a senior do?
Everything, the main thing when it comes to any type of these things is take a step back, take a breather, okay? Because always in these cases, the old email from the prince, over wherever with the money, and it's all misspelled and everything, those days of fraud are gone. These guys are professionals. They are very convincing, very, you believe what they're saying. However, when you take a step back and you start thinking about it, okay, wait a minute, no law enforcement agency or bondsman or anybody like that is going to be pressuring you to act now, and something needs to happen right now, okay? So take a step back. If it's one of these, your grandson or daughter's in jail and you need bond money, okay, give me your number, get a contact number for them, hang up, and call a family member, or call that grandson, granddaughter, whoever, nephew, niece, and verify. Hey, are you okay? Are you in jail? What's going on? If they are in jail, well, 5 minutes, it takes to verify this isn't going to change anything. There's never anything that's going to need to act now and, pressure you to do something. So if that starts happening, put an end to that conversation. Okay, hold on. And let's verify some things before we move forward.
Excellent. And we totally agree with what Detective Mcintosh just said, because please don't give out any information. Don't give out your account number, your debit card. Do not give out any information. Like he said, take a step back. Say, okay, let me have your number. I'll call you back. And call family, friends, okay, your grandchildren, daughters, whatever the case may be. And if it all comes together that it sounds suspicious, shouldn't they report this and report it through like the non-emergency line?
Absolutely. Any type of reporting, there's you can report it to your local authorities. Also, there's some websites like ic3.gov. It's the federal website for internet cybercrime. It's FBI, CIA, and those types of organizations that handle that. and they can put flags on, emails or stuff like that and phone numbers that they're getting and that type of thing. So definitely report it. But, the last thing, do not send money until you verify what is happening. And another one of these things, too, when it comes to these large sums of money, when it's cash, a lot of the times the banks, they're going to question why you need such a large amount of money. These scammers will tell, the senior, the victim, whoever, they'll come up with a story. Oh, tell the bank this, whatever, and you need it for this or whatever. They're telling you to lie about the situation because these banks are aware of these frauds. And a lot of times when we're talking to people, they're like, well, the bank teller, was telling me that they might think it was a fraud, but I was believing this guy on the phone. Listen to that bank teller. They're professional in the field. They're aware of these scams. And, if they're telling you that, hey, maybe there's something about this, or if the guy on the phone's telling you to lie, there might be something about that probably shouldn't do it.
There you go. There you go. And please be smart about this, because your money's safer in the bank for right now, okay? Then once it leaves the bank, adios. You may not see that money, hard-worked, earned money for a while. And don't hesitate, okay, because Volusia, if you're listening to this and you're in Volusia has non-emergency numbers, okay? And when you call the non-emergency numbers, they will put you in contact with someone in dispatch and take all your information, and if it needs further investigation, etc., they will assign someone and issue you a case number, the whole 9 yards. And it is extremely, extremely important, like he said, take a step back. Don't act. Oh, you're kidding me. My grandson's in jail. Boy, I haven't seen him in a year. Wonder what he looks like right now in jail. You don't want to go there. Take a step back, okay? And at the same time, we're going to discuss here in a minute the issues going on with fraud and everything on social media as well, okay? But in the meantime, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Thank you.
OurSeniors.net provides reliable and accurate information to serve the seniors of Florida. No matter what kind of assistance you need, from home repair to finances to buying or selling a home or considering assisted living, our team is here to help you. Our carefully chosen vendors meet our exceptionally high standards and adhere to the OurSeniors.net Code of Ethics. Want a magazine in your hands? Visit OurSeniors.net or call 386-516-3969.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Yes, welcome back to OurSeniors Radio. Thank you again for joining us. Hey, and if you haven't seen the fall edition, which is the current edition for October, November, and December, please, you can pick up a copy in certain places, but at the same time, if you want one delivered, you can call 386-516-3969, select the extension, and just simply by making a donation, you can start receiving it every quarter at home, okay? And we want to mention a few events and a few things that are taking place. Don't miss out our next Lunch and Learn. By the time you listen to this, you'll still have time to reserve. Our next Lunch and Learn event will be at DB Pickles, December 8th, okay, at 10:30. We ask that you arrive a few minutes earlier, but we do ask that you reserve because seating is limited to a certain degree. And the best of all, it's a free free brunch, okay? You can call 386-516-3969, extension 4. And you can sign up and meet all the other seniors and the guest speaker, the whole 9 yards, okay? And also, we'd like to give kudos to Dulce Monahan, okay? She had a show on OurSeniors Radio, and Dulce Monahan is the realtor that we endorse that we highly recommend that you set up a meeting with, no obligations, and if she needs to be contacted, she can be reached at 386-200-9114. And also, if you listen to this radio show and it's during these dates, okay, October 15th through December 7th, you're being bombarded as it is, Medicare open enrollment, okay? If you're not sure which direction you're going to head, please give American Senior Benefits Financial a call, and Cynthia Baton can be reached at 386-202-9304, okay? Because even some plans now are actually awarding you or rewarding you with actual money that you get every month, an allocation for supplements, for vitamins. There's even some plans that the ladies told us are even giving money back for, pet food. So that is incredible. So please do your research. It doesn't hurt. You don't go through any charges, any penalties or anything. And either you can meet with them at their office or they'll come to you. Okay? And with that said, we'll continue now with our guest, okay, Detective David Mcintosh, and we're speaking and addressing the fraud and the scams that are going on in today's world, okay? Yes, it's a very high-tech world, smartphones, smart everything, but guess what? Things are getting tougher and tougher out there with all the scams going on. And we were talking about earlier, you get a call, hey, your grandson, granddaughter, anybody is in jail, you need to send money, bail them out, etc. Aside from all those scams, let's talk about a little bit about social media scams and what's going on, because we are all guilty. We're all at some point or another participating in social media, and remember, these apps have access to pictures, to all sorts of information for us to be able to post, etc. And you may get all of a sudden, and it could be any platform, okay? Facebook, Instagram, you name it. All of a sudden, hey, I'd like to be your friend. I heard all these great things about you, etc. Just click like. Wow, once you click it and you accept them, they have complete access. So, Detective, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing out there with these type of scams.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, these guys they're professionals now. One part of that is doing their due diligence and their research. They'll go on, a lot of news stories or something like that, these profiles, and they'll reach out. Oh, hey, like my profile, or I've been looking at your profile. Let's be friends. I think we have things in common or whatever. And people accept their friend requests. That's what we do. We have anybody that sends a friend request or whatever, we just accept and go on. And what that does is it allows them to get basically a peek into your personal life. You can see your family members on there. You can, get pictures of your family members on there, because they branch out and they start building this profile for you, and knowing, who's around, or, you put a picture, you and your grandkids up, and, I don't get to see these guys enough, and, until next year, whenever we can get together. Well, now they know, okay, the grandkids don't live near grandma, grandpa, so now they can kind of maybe work that angle in. So yeah, it's how they're building. They can build a profile on you and kind of target you, and the conversation that they end up having with you through messengers or whatever, phone calls. It's very personalized. Like, oh, this guy, he knows me. Innocent conversation is information gathering. That is what they are doing to ultimately lead to whatever scam they're going to try to pull. Whether it's a romance scam or, your kid's in jail scam or whatever. That's how they know which script they need to read basically to you, to get you to open up that pocketbook and start sending money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the other, now that we're touching on social media and everything, for many years and years, now we're talking about, buying and selling items, etc. Craigslist was very popular, but then all the ripoffs started happening on Craigslist, that you would list things, people would list their addresses, and all of a sudden, unexpectedly, you have 2 or 3 cars show up to pick up a little lawnmower. Warnings, but now the things that are taking place in such platforms like Marketplace, oh my, some of the scams that are happening there are through the roof from what I hear. For example, hey, I'm having a yard sale. Here's all the items. No address. That should be an issue right there.
Flag.
Warning. Warning. And at the same time, if you reach out to them through Messenger, etc., they'll say, oh, yes, here are the pictures, here are the items, and we'll be glad to share the address and everything, but you have to put a deposit down. Excuse me? I haven't even seen the item. Is it real? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's definitely something that happens. Or they'll clone a legitimate, classified ad and put it in there, but they'll change, their information. Oh, yeah, you need to put a deposit down, whatever. I know there's services out there, like I think it's PayPal Goods and Services, where your money's a little more protected. You can get that money back because they work kind of as like the middleman between the exchange. So if you don't get your item, or this turns out to be a scam or whatever, you can actually recover your funds. So don't ever just send money. Use a third party thing like that PayPal Goods and Services to ensure there's kind of protections, because there's a lot of that. They're selling an item, I've seen this online and it's $100. This guy's selling it for $10. That should tell you that maybe this isn't legitimate.
Or here's my Zelle account. Send me the money right now. And all of a sudden, ching, you hear it when it leaves your phone, but you won't hear it coming back if it's adios.
Yeah, that's another thing that they can do. Or okay, I'll send you, the items X amount of money. I'll send you $1,000, and then you send me back $500, and you keep the $500. That's never legitimate. That's not ever going to happen. You're going to end up sending them $500, and then whatever check or whatever they sent you, that's going to bounce. If you're selling an item, that check's not going to go through. Your bank's going to decline it, and you're going to be out your $500 or whatever you ended up sending.
Be very careful, folks. Especially, take a look, and you have to, become tech savvy at the same time. When people post things like this, and some people have posted all sorts of information about this, if they have something listed on Marketplace, you can actually view their profile. Mm-hmm. If their profile is only 6 months old, 2 months old, a day old, warning. Yeah. It takes a while sometimes for these social media platforms to catch on to these scammers.
Right.
They've gotten really smart, and they post and they reply right away, like everything. But again, the warning signs are there.
Yeah. I mean, there's always warning signs. Sometimes it's just how much you got to look for them. But the biggest thing when it comes to social media, any of the platforms, if you don't know the person, or you don't know somebody that personally knows the person, references are more important, I think, online than they are almost in person. If just always go in cautiously, and don't, until you're sure what you're doing is accurate and true, and this is a legitimate person, this is a legitimate item, or whatever. If you can meet the person, actually view the item before you send money. It's just references and knowing people, and if you don't know them, maybe it's best just to walk away.
Absolutely. And when you mentioned, and as you were discussing this, you mentioned meat. be very careful where you meet these people.
Yes.
Go to public places.
Public places. A lot of local police departments will actually have I know for a fact DeLand had one when I was working over there. DeLand PD has a safe spot right in front of the PD. It has a surveillance camera. Any other public place during, a time when there's going to be people there is always good. Or, bring people with you, bring a friend, never go into these things alone. Just you got to think about, and it stinks that you got to do it, but you got to think about every way to protect yourself when it comes to these things. If they don't want to meet at the police department, like I said, there's probably a reason.
Warning, that's a warning. And I don't mean to give a plug to places like Walmart, Publix, their parking lots. People are busy. You park right there in front of them. Yeah, I'll meet you right there. Oh, no, that place is too busy. Warning,
right.
Warning. So be careful. Don't meet them out there in the woods.
And if you're selling something, don't bring them to your house. Don't give them your address.
Thank you.
Meet at a public place. Do not tell these people your address and have them come to your house.
Thank you. Or your item may walk away the next day.
Yeah.
Overnight, unfortunately. So we'll be right back and discuss a little further, more details with you. We'll be right back. Thank you.
OurSeniors.org is the nonprofit 501c3 part of the Our Seniors organization. In 2021, OurSeniors.org was recognized by the Volusia Flagler County SCORE organization as the nonprofit client of the year. Our vision is to provide immediate and continuing care and comfort to isolated seniors in need of human contact. Help us keep all of our resources like OurSeniors.net magazine, Our Seniors discounts, and Our Seniors Radio free for seniors by visiting OurSeniors.org.
Hey there, welcome back to all of our seniors out there listening to Our Seniors Radio. And again, you want to stay on top of everything, please visit our website, OurSeniors.net. And it's very simple because we have resources on the website, all for free, and we write articles every week on different topics so you can stay informed, okay? And keep in mind also that we have OurSeniors.net, where we offer the seniors, and our vendors offer the seniors special deals, okay? Check out one of our latest or new discounts is available at Fifth Element Indian Restaurant, okay? There's a special senior discount. They have locations in Daytona, Palm Coast, and at Sanford. So you can use the coupon that's in the magazine when you visit them, okay? And we're, again, touching base on a very, very important and sensitive topic regarding these fraud and scams that are going on out there. Okay, and it's getting worse and worse. And please, if you have any issues that come up, as we discussed earlier with Detective Mcintosh, is take a step back. That's important. Don't react right away on the phone and say, yeah, here's my debit card, get him out of jail. No, take your time. Take a step back. Get their information, okay? And this way, you can look into it further and discuss it with the family, friends, etc. And if you're in Volusia County, if you have any suspicion and you want to report something, don't call 911. Don't tie them up, but call 386-248-1777, and this will put you in contact with their dispatch center, and they will guide you through, and if they have to open up a case, they can do whatever they need to do to get you the proper help, okay? So, again, we want to thank Volusia County Sheriff's Department for all the hard work and effort that they're doing and for all the investigative work that they take care of. Thank you so much, Detective David Mcintosh, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And please stay alert, stay aware, and we'll continue these series here soon. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Thanks for listening to Our Seniors Radio. Don't forget to check out OurSeniors.net magazine and tune in every Saturday at 8 a.m. on WNDB. Help support the nonprofit, which is OurSeniors.org, or call 800-647-0868.